Think back to that moment when everything you knew about spirituality seemed to crumble. Not the gentle challenges that every practitioner faces, but that profound, unexpected darkness that descended without warning. Perhaps you were sitting in meditation one morning, after years or even decades of practice, when suddenly the familiar comfort of your spiritual routine felt like an empty shell. Your trusted practices, the ones that had sustained you through countless difficulties, now felt hollow, mechanical, distant. This isn't just another spiritual dry spell. What you're experiencing is what the ancient mystics called Krishna Ratri, the dark night of the soul. It's a profound transition that modern spiritual circles rarely discuss, yet it holds secrets about transformation that our ancestors deeply understood. Think about those moments when your meditation cushion became a place of emptiness instead of solace. Remember the confusion, the subtle fear that perhaps you'd somehow lost your way. You're not alone. This experience, though intensely personal, is actually a well-documented passage in traditional spiritual texts, one that holds far more significance than most contemporary teachers reveal. In the Vedantic tradition, they speak of Abhava Yoga, the yoga of divine absence. Like a seed that must completely break down before new life can emerge, your spiritual understanding is undergoing a necessary dissolution. Those moments when your practice feels empty, that's not regression, it's preparation for a deeper awakening. Let's explore what actually happens during this transformation that few modern guides explain. First, everything that once brought spiritual comfort begins to fade. Those peaceful meditations, they might feel barren. Those inspiring teachings, they might ring hollow. This isn't because you're losing your way. It's because you're being called to something deeper than spiritual comfort. Consider Sarah's experience. After 28 years of dedicated practice, she found herself in this mysterious territory. It's as if the spiritual connection I'd cultivated just vanished, she shared. Even my most reliable practices felt like I was going through motions. What Sarah didn't realize was that she was entering what the traditions call Shunya Bhava, the experience of sacred emptiness. This emptiness is different from depression or loss of faith. You're experiencing what the ancient ones called Divya Vairagya, divine dispassion, where even your spiritual attachments are being purified. It's a process as natural as autumn stripping leaves from trees, making way for new growths. Now, the journey typically unfolds in distinct phases. The first phase feels like spiritual disconnection. Your usual practices no longer bring peace. Your relationship with the divine seems distant. This is what the tradition calls Guru Guhya, the hiding of the teacher, is preparing you for a more mature relationship with spirituality. Then comes what feels like spiritual disorientation. Everything you thought you knew about the path seems uncertain. This isn't confusion, it's what the texts call Prajna Paramita, the wisdom of not knowing. Your conceptual understanding is being replaced by direct knowing. Michael, a 60-year-old practitioner, described his experience. After 3 decades of practice, I felt like I was starting from scratch, but worse, because I didn't even have the enthusiasm of a beginner. What he was experiencing wasn't failure, but a profound clearing of spiritual conditioning that needed to happen. Here's something crucial to understand about this process. Those sleepless nights questioning everything, those moments of profound loneliness in your practice, they're not signs of regression, but of deepening. The ancient ones knew that spiritual maturity often comes through what they called Tapasya Kala, the time of purifying fire. During this phase, your approach to practice needs to shift. Instead of seeking the light experiences of your earlier sadhana, learn to develop what the traditions call Tamasi Yoga, the capacity to navigate darkness with wisdom. This isn't about forcing your way back to familiar territory. It's about developing a new relationship with the unknown. Rebecca found that during her dark night, her usual 2-hour meditation practice became unbearable. Instead of forcing herself to maintain it, she learned to sit in shorter periods, but with complete acceptance of whatever arose. "When I stopped trying to make something happen," she shared, "that's when things began to shift." The ancient teaching, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, from darkness to light, takes on new meaning here. The light you're moving toward isn't the same light you knew before. It's something more authentic, more integrated, more real. This journey through darkness isn't just about reaching the light. It's about understanding the sacred role of darkness itself in spiritual transformation. Every sincere practitioner faces this phase in some form. Those illuminated beings we read about in spiritual texts, they navigated these same shadows before their light fully dawned. You're not alone in this experience. You're walking a path that countless others have traversed before. This phase isn't a deviation from the spiritual path. It is the path itself, revealing its deeper dimensions. Years of practice haven't led you astray. They've prepared you for this profound transformation. The darkness you're experiencing isn't an obstacle to overcome, but a territory to be traversed with wisdom and courage. The dark night isn't merely an ending, it's a beginning. It's not just a loss, it's an invitation to something more real than anything previously known. This process, though challenging, often leads to the most authentic form of spiritual maturity. As the ancient texts remind us, truth sometimes comes wrapped in shadows, teaching us to see with the eyes of the heart. Remember, this phase passes, but it doesn't just end, it transforms. On the other side lies not just light, but a deeper understanding of both darkness and light, and the profound mystery that holds them both. Your journey through this darkness isn't a sign of failure. It's evidence of your readiness for a deeper truth